If you're in your mid-30s or older and you want to be healthy long-term, you're going to want to listen to this. In this video, I'm going to give you 8 things that people probably never told you about staying fit, healthy for the long haul. I'm Coach Ramiro, your Ageless Fit Coach, and I've been helping clients for decades have high-level success with their fitness and their wellness. How can I validate that this works? Guys, I've been training since I was 12 years old. At the time of this video, I'm 53 years old, and I'm telling you, it works. But there's 8 things that I had to figure out along the way because people weren't sharing this with me. My dad died when I was 3 years old. I didn't have any direction with the fitness in the early days, but what I had was a desire to want to improve my health and my life. And so I want to pass that on to you. I could lead, teach, and train you, but at the end of the day, there's a transfer of knowledge. There is not a transfer of fitness, all right? I can show you what to do, teach you what to do, but at the end of the day, you got to implement the stuff that I'm about to share with you. So here are my top 8 things that I recommend you start focusing on right now because these are going to give you exponential results with your fitness, your health, and most importantly, your life. First one is you cannot outrun a bad mindset. At the end of the day, it boils down to your stinking thinking. If you kind of cloud your mind on what you can't do, where you can't go, and how it can't be done, then you're honestly going to end up at the same place you were at yesterday and no closer where you want to be tomorrow. So it boils down to this. Improve your thinking. You read, you listen, associate, you do, and learn. Those are the 5 steps of learning. If you can go through that, some just can jump right into it. Boom, start learning things like that. All right, some people need to read, some people need to listen, some people need to associate, be around an environment, some people need to do it with their hands on. It really depends on your personality type, man. At the end of the day, what's your personality? How do you like learning? And I'm not talking about sitting in the classroom and learning. Certainly that's one form. What I'm talking about is learning something that's going to add value to your life. It's going to influence your circle of influence. And then most importantly, it's not only going to impact your life, it's going to impact the people that you're around. Like at the time of this video, I have a community that I teach. I have an online community. I have a coaching community. I have a gym. I have kids. I have family members. And people relying on me to add value to their life. And the only way that can happen is I have to be at the best version of myself. The only way that works is I have to work on my thinking. All right, tip number 2. I'm in my 50s, and I certainly don't recover like I did when I was in my 20s. And so you have to remind yourself, man, consistency trumps intensity all day long. Certainly, you want to go out there and give your best and do your all. I'm not saying not to. You're not 25 years old. Man, think about this. By the age of 30, you've lost 50% of your stem cell production. By the age of 60, you've lost 90%. And what are stem cells? All right, this is what helps your body recover and rejuvenate. This is why a 6-year-old falls down, breaks a bone, and 3 weeks later, they're running again. Man, you get a 60-year-old fall down, it might be 2 years till they're walking around again normally. So what this boils down to is you just deciding you have to shift your training regimen, all right? Certainly there's days where you want to have higher level intensity, but you don't need to be banging out super heavy weight if you're going to the gym. You don't need to be running long miles. Now, if you like doing that stuff, there's nothing wrong with it, but you have to find a program that matches your goals. There's 5 major components that you really want to focus on when you're training: upper body, lower body, core, mobility, and endurance. Mobility is crucial, especially as you begin to age, because when you get into your 40s, mobility, loss of balance in your 50s, I'm telling you, I see clients right now in their 50s and 60s, and they struggle just with standing up, leaning over, falling down. My mom recently fell down. She was walking, and she's 70 years old, fell down and smashed her face at a local store. She tripped on her own feet. These things can impact your life. You don't see right now. So if you're in your 20s, 30s, or even 40s, start working on flexibility, stretching, doing the little bitty things, taking a mobility class, working on your hips, range of motion, being able to squat up and down. And I'm telling you, that is going to make a huge difference down the road. All right, tip number 3, discipline is 100 times more important than motivation. Look, motivation is going to get you going, but the habit is going to keep you going. And the habit of the discipline of doing it daily, that's where your real strength and that's where your superpower really starts to shine. Guys, I started training when I was 12 years old. I started running track. And my dad died when I was 3 years old. I was a latchkey kid. My mom was always picking us up 20, 30 minutes late. And I was like, shoot, I'd get to the house faster than I can if I waited for mom. And so I would run home every day, and I realized, dude, I'm kind of good at this. So next thing you know, 90,000 miles later, now it's taking me 40 years to do that. Now, I enjoy running. Some of you watching this, you might be thinking like, dude, I'm not running just to the refrigerator. But that's okay. Figure out what you like to do. If you like to lift weights, swim, ride, rollerblade, it doesn't matter. Move your body. Do something that's going to improve you. But most importantly, be consistent with it, because the habit of doing it daily, this is what's allowed me to do it day in, day out, day in, day out. Like I literally almost take no days off. I do something every single day. And if I don't work out that day, hey, I'm going to go for a walk. But I'm doing something daily. Move your body. Remember, a bird was meant to fly, a boat was meant to sail, and the human body was meant to move. Get your butt moving and be disciplined. Don't be crying about what you can't do, where you can't go, and how it can't be done. Get up every single day and move your body. You deserve it, guys. You deserve the best version of you. The only way that works is you got to get up. You got to move your body. All right, tip number 4. Muscle is the fountain of youth. I'm telling you right now, once you got your thinking right, you got to keep the body strong. You want to get in alignment. The way you get in alignment, it's spirit, mind, body connection. Take care of the only vessel you have, guys. This is the only one you got. Don't destroy it. And so if you want to maintain high level energy, you want high level vitality, you want to feel good as you begin to age and get into your 50s, 60s, 70s, and beyond, put some lean muscle on your body. Guys, after the age of 30, you start losing a percentage of muscle without doing anything. So if you're not working out already and you're not taking care of yourself, I'm telling you right now, you're going to be a shadow of who you were by the time you're 40 and 50 years old. You can maintain high level success. When I was in my 40s, I could still run 440 a mile. Now, I don't know if that means anything to you or not, but I remember looking back when I was a kid, 40 was old. And then I realized, dude, I didn't feel old when I was 40. I don't feel old in my 50s. And I'm telling you, it's a state of mind, right? Chronologically, I'm in my 50s. Biologically, I'm still in my 20s, early 30s, man. Physically, if you take care of yourself, you'll be able to maintain and sustain high-level success with your fitness, your health, and your vitality. But you got to take care of the vessel that you have. You only got one. Don't go destroy it. All right. By the way, if you're getting any value, subscribe to my channel. I'd love to continue to keep impacting your life and keep adding value to your life so that you can become the best version of you. Hey, let's keep moving on with this, all right? Tip number 5. Hey, are you a weekend warrior and you just work out on the weekends and that's your general rule of thumb? Remember, you got habits right now, all right? You don't work out through the week, you're working long hours, you're stressed, you're overworked, and then on the weekend you try to just cram it all in. Maybe you can get away with it right now. But I'm telling you right now, that pattern won't work in your 50s. What you get away with in your 20s and 30s, you cannot get away with it in your 40s and 50s. And so, man, you got to change that weekend warrior mentality and just decide that a little bit of consistency sprinkled over time is going to give you the best results. And so the goal is do something every single day. I'm not talking about you have to go to the gym and work out for 2 hours at a time. Guys, 20 minutes a day, every single day. I worked a regular job before we owned the gym. I would do this thing every hour on the hour. I would set these silly goals with myself. And I would do a push-up, sit-up, squat, and dip challenge with myself. And I would just recycle to those. And I'll say, okay, for the next minute, I'm going to hit it. And so my goal would always be, can I do 1 per second? And then 2 per second, depending on what the exercise was. And I'm telling you, then it turned into 2 minutes. Then it turned into 3 minutes. Then it turned to 4. And then I had everybody in the facility for 5 minutes. We just did exercise. At the end of the day, we were ending up with 1,000 reps. I would get these looks in the early days, and they would look at me and like, what are you doing? You're doing push-ups in a tie. And once they realized what I was doing, they figured it out. They were like, that guy's different. Be different. Because you know what normal is? Normal is being overweight, having no energy, having extra body fat on you, not feeling good, complaining, taking medication. If you want that kind of normal, hey man, more power to you. But I'm just telling you right now, the kind of normal I want is, I want high level vitality, I want energy, I want to feel good. And it works by being consistent over time throughout your life. Monday through Sunday, every day of a week is an opportunity. So ditch that weekend warrior and get busy every single day. All right, tip number 6. Your body is changing. So chemically, it's changing on the inside. Your hormones are changing, the same level of testosterone. Man, by the age of 50, you have 50% less testosterone. So what can you do? Yes, all the things I just said. Get into the gym, start lifting weights, challenge your heart, work on a little bit of cardio strength. And you don't have to go out there and run a marathon. If you want to, there's nothing wrong with that. Maybe get into one of the things I shifted. I used to be a long distance runner and, do marathons and running 50, 60, 80, 100 miles a week. Man, screw that. I've changed my training dramatically. So now I'm focusing on the 400 and training like a sprinter, things that I've never done in the past. And because if you look at 400-meter runners, dude, they're fit, they're lean, they're strong. They still look like runners. I like that lean look, but at the end of the day, they're still strong, fit, and powerful. And that's one of the shifts that I had to make because I realized my body's breaking down when you do a lot of long distance running. So maybe start looking at your routines. What are you doing right now? Where are the results you get? And don't lie to yourself. Go to the mirror. All right, go to the mirror, look in the mirror and say, am I happy with the way I look, the way I feel, and the energy that I have? If you are, then continue to keep doing what you're doing. If you're not, and you see some changes that you can make, maybe implement 1 or 2 things that you're not doing already, so that way you could tweak your program. And by doing that, you slap on a little bit of muscle. The things that you got away with when you're 25, you're not going to get away with when you're 45 or 55. And so add a little bit of lean muscle to your body. Increase your protein intake. You want to look at the supplements that maybe you're taking so that you can add additional supplements so that you can build additional lean muscle on your body. Those are the things that are going to add value to your life. But being consistent with this over time is where you're going to see the long-term benefits. So as your body continues to keep changing, just remember, do the little bitty things that are going to give you exponential results down the road. By the way, if you need a plan, type plan and I'll send you my plan that maps out this exact same process that I'm sharing with you right now on how you can implement it into your life type plan, and I'll forward that all over to you. Remember, being unhealthy is normal these days. You almost get shamed into having a healthy lifestyle. You get looked down on, oh, you work out all the time, oh, look at you. I was teased my whole life from my friends because I was doing things that they weren't. And as a result, I look back now and I'm so thankful I did, because it added value to my life, and now I get to impact so many other people. But think about this, your circle can make or break you, right? You're gonna either rise to your expectation, or you're gonna lower your standards to the people who you're around. And what I've seen, man, most people lower their standards. So my suggestion would be, hey, find some friends that do what you do. So what I used to do, my friends would always call me and say, hey man, what are you doing this weekend? I said, man, I'm gonna be on the bike, I'm gonna go for a run. I did triathlons, doing stuff like that. And they were like, I don't do that. Well, I'm like, man, that's the only free time I got. And so you got to figure out, where do you want to spend your time at, right? If you're the kind of guy that's going to go to the bar and hang out, well, then those are going to be your group of people you're going to spend a lot of time with. Mine were on a bicycle, or we were running together, or we're going hanging out at the gym. That was a circle of friends that I hung out with. And so for me, it was really simple. Find friends that kind of do the things that you do, that are in a healthy environment. Now, you don't have to go to the gym. Maybe you want to go rock climbing. Maybe you want to go for a walk. Maybe you want to go rollerblading. Maybe you want to go to indoor skydiving. Find something that has an active lifestyle. Maybe you want to go to the beach. You want to go to the park. Do something that's going to get your body moving, but it's going to put you in an environment that forces you to move your body. You don't have to go to the gym and just be stuck inside four walls. Get outside. I'm an outdoors guy. I love being outdoors. And so if that's what you like, then do it. If not, find the thing that you enjoy doing, do it with somebody that's gonna support you in that environment. Create a healthy environment for you, a healthy lifestyle, healthy mindset. It's gonna put you in an environment where people who are doing those similar things are enjoying it and they're making it fun, all right? And finally, tip number 8. This is an 80-20 rule, right? 80% is psychology, 20% is mechanics. Like, doing the stuff only is 20% of this, but it goes back to your thinking, and it reinforces what we started with at the very beginning of this. If you want to start changing the way you feel, the energy you have, your vitality, you have to start upstairs. But most importantly, get moving. You want to be in alignment, spirit, mind, body connection. And the way you do that is, if you want to get into harmony with being healthy, being fit, having high level vitality, and most importantly, having an abundant, prosperous, healthy life, you have to get rid of all the distractions. And just remind yourself, whatever the thing that is a challenge for you, that's the things that's going to give you some strength, because every obstacle that you have is going to strengthen you. Every adversity that you go through, that's going to give you one more notch on your belt. All right, I call this a fitness utility belt, where every time you go through something or you learn something new, boom, you add another notch on there. And you want to be like a gunslinger. I'm a Texas boy, so you want to be like a gunslinger, and you want to be thinking, okay, how can I add more notches to my belt, and think I got more ammunition, so when life is throwing me some problems, or I'm going through things and I can't make it to the gym, or I can't take care of myself, or I'm making excuses, man, get past all that stuff. Just decide that you owe yourself one major thing: have an amazing, prosperous life, because nobody's going to do it for you. You got to get up every single day. You got to get moving. You got to work harder on you than anyone else. I tell you, a day, a week, a month, a year, a decade down the road, a better version is going to show up, because you've just decided that today is going to be your best day, guys. I believe in you. If you want some help, type plan. I'll send you a plan. It's a 7-day reset. Starts there. It gives you some momentum in the middle, and I'll show you what to do long term. If you want that type plan, I'll forward that over to you. Guys, I want to impact your life. I'm Coach Ramiro, your Ageless Fit Coach. Make today amazing. Make it great. Go get whatever you're in pursuit of. I believe in you. Take care.